realize my potential and show my boxing skills as many people as I can. I want that people see my fights and then they will be glad to watch my fight. One hardest thing for me is to be away from my family for a long time.
That interview was from the Matchroom page. It's about 2 or so years old, so it has nothing to do with what's going on in Russia, Ukraine right now. So, momentarily, the press conference for Saul Canelo Alvarez, undisputed 168-pound champion, moving up yet again to 175 to try to capture the WBA title at 175 from Dmitry Bivol. I personally really like this fight. Personal preference would have been Charlo, but I acknowledge that Bivol is a very dangerous fighter, very technically sound fighter, the type of fighter that, in my opinion, Canelo hasn't seen since Erislandy Lara. Dude is pretty nice. So this is a legitimate challenge, you know, in my opinion. Now, Charlo, in my personal opinion, once again, I preferred that fight. I wanted Canelo versus Charlo. I've been lobbying for it for years, but I cannot lose sight of the fact that the Bivol fight, in my opinion, is a better fight. You know, a more dangerous fight than Charlo. A more dangerous fight. The Charlo fight can go similar to Danny Jacobs. And no, not because they both black. How about that? Let's go take some time to look at the resumes. I just actually got finished watching Eddie Hearn and Canelo on the MMA Hour with Ebonie. Like literally, they just finished maybe 20 or so minutes ago. And basically, you know, what they were talking about, pretty much Eddie Hearn was talking about the Canelo deal, you know, potentially worth $160 million over 3 fights, and that both of the fighters, Canelo and Golovkin, are completely locked into Dmitry Bivol and Ryota Murata. My understanding is the Golovkin-Murata fight is going to be happening on April the 6th, or is it the next week? I believe it's April the 6th, right? Something like that. And then Canelo and Golovkin, if they both win, are supposed to fight at 168 for undisputed in September. A third fight for Canelo, if he, of course, were to defeat Bivol, and then in September were to defeat Golovkin in a third fight. Then potential fight in the UK with John Ryder or Tabisu Machunu. No, wait, that's the other one. Eyongo Makabu. Boom. Don King fighter. So that's Canelo's year. April the 9th. There you go. Thanks, Israel. That's so yeah, that's Canelo's year right there. That's a very tough year. You know, because the turnaround from fighting a guy like Golovkin, we got to see how he looks on April the 9th against Murata. Because I got some questions, guys. You know, we got to see how he looks, man. That Derevianchenko fight still haunting me. And isn't Golovkin 39, about to turn 40? You know, and Father Time in this day and age and generation, I feel that once you start getting 35, it's like, okay, you ain't getting no better. You on the backslide. So the question is, who does Charlo and Benavidez and Caleb Plant fight? Well, I already predict that Caleb Plant's probably not going to fight this year. If he fights, it's probably going to be December. So who does those guys fight? They got to fight each other. You know, like, they got to fight each other. Why not? Like, what's stopping Canelo and Benavidez from fighting? And then Andrade, he's trying to become WBO mandatory at 168 pounds by fighting Zach Parker. So basically, he's chasing a mandatory spot against Canelo. But you know what I think Canelo's going to do? If Canelo beats Bivol, right, and he goes on to beat Golovkin, I think that Canelo's going to drop all those belts at 168 and go up to 175. And then fighters are going to have to chase him there. It's getting kind of ridiculous now. They all wait, and I understand it's management. I really think that Al Heyman pulls the strings more than the fighters. By the way, if you don't know, Errol Spence and Dennis Ugas had their press conference today. That fight's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. I'm thinking that Fox is done. After opening the year with Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin on pay-per-view, then Keith Thurman versus Barrios, they was like, that's it. You know, we don't want nothing to do. But another thing is, maybe that's why Eddie Hearn been losing those purse bids. Oh, we're about to go live. He's been wanting to get ready for, you know, the money he's got to pay Canelo. And Canelo speaks very highly of Eddie Hearn. It's hard for some people to believe, people who seem to have agendas, that Canelo likes working with Eddie Hearn. What's so hard about that? You know, why does it upset people so much? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. All right, let's check out this press conference. Thanks for watching. I'm T-Street Controversy with Fight View 360 with the WBC channel, powered by the Vive Network.
That brings us to sunny San Diego this afternoon, where Matchroom Boxing presents a very special press conference to announce the return of Saul Canelo Alvarez. And once again, good afternoon, everybody. Justin Shackle welcoming you to Southern California as Matchroom Boxing kicks off the official promotion to Canelo Bivol. The undisputed champion at 168 pounds, Canelo Alvarez, makes his return to the ring here in 2022, and he makes a return to 175 pounds as he takes on the WBA light.
Sorry, guys, that music's gonna get me in some type of trouble. That background music right there. But I'm going to turn it back up once they get, you know, their shit situated. But how have you guys been, man? How have you guys been? I got a lot going on. I want to tell you guys so bad, for the ones who've been watching the videos, wondering what's been going on. You know, I want to tell you so bad what's been going on, but I can't. I got to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, my hiatuses over the last, you know, year, they, you know, I got some reasons. So in the meantime, things are getting real calm. But yeah, this is live real time. The press conference for Canelo Alvarez, undisputed 168-pound champion, taking on Dimitri Bivol at 175 for his WBA world title. It's going to be on the Zone for $59.99 on pay-per-view if you have a subscription. But if you don't have a subscription, then you got to pay $79.99. A lot of fans are upset about that because the Zone, when they first entered the States, and I was at that very first press conference, isn't that crazy? Where Anthony Joshua and Big Baby Miller got into some shit at the Perfecting joint. Well, anyway, the whole big thing was, my bad, pay-per-view is dead, pay-per-view is dead, pay-per-view is dead. And they were smashing all these chip boxes and VCRs and shit, you know. And look, pay-per-view is not dead. They're charging pay-per-view, along with you have to have a subscription. And the Zone doesn't have the best reputation right now with the fans for, you know, quality content, especially the crap they pulled over the COVID lockdown or COVID shutdowns, where basically they was charging us for like not having no content. There's Dimitri Bivol with Vadim. I used to think Vadim, the one in the polo shirt, I used to think he was a vampire, old Nosferatu looking, you know. But no, he's cool, dude. I met him once. He you know, translator, manager of guys like before Ruslan Provodnikov, Viktor Postol, you know, those Eastern European fighters, whether Ukrainian or Russian. That's a real vampire in the back. That guy right there, that's Twilight. See him back there? Joe Markovsky. Oh, he's Batman now. Was Batman? No, he's still Twilight. Either way, they have something to do with a bat. But yeah, man, listen. I'm tired of these fighters like bullshitting around. Like, doesn't it, like, do you kind of feel sometimes like boxing is never going to die, it's never going to get played out? But do you feel like boxing is kind of going to eat itself a little bit? You know, like with all this, like fighters not fighting each other. For example, who's the next pay-per-view star outside of Canelo? They're trying to make it Ryan Garcia. I'm talking about boxing pay-per-view star. Jake Paul, not even a boxer. You know why? Because these guys don't build nothing for themselves, and they're not fighting each other. Errol Spencer's there, okay, but he really don't move the needle. You know? He don't really move the needle. Like, I'm talking about like where everybody come out, you know, celebrities, 800,000 pay-per-view buys. Like, you know, no. You know what's kind of crazy though? In the in other boxing news, if the Ukrainian fighters, are going to stay and go to war like it's looking like they're going to do, them some boss dudes right there, then look, maybe we get Devin Haney, George Kambosos. Got to look at the positives as boxing fans. You know what I want? You know what I want to happen? I want Dmitry Bivol to come out and be so disrespectful and unprofessional. I want him to to cuss at Canelo in Russian and then to make it an East versus West thing, even though it's Mexico. That's the type of degenerate boxing fan I am now. I want drama. I want him to try to run up on Canelo and try to smack him, when some shit go down with Eddie Reynoso. I want some shit to go down to sell the fight. Well, Spence Crawford moved the needle for hardcore boxing fans, but the problem is we wait too long for fights like that. It's extremely frustrating, man. Boxing can really piss you the fuck off. Like, there is no reason why we shouldn't get Charlo Benavidez this year. No reason. Benavidez in April and May is going to be fighting David Lemieux to be the WBC interim title. Until the WBC at 168, until the WBC probably makes him franchise champion. By the way, down below in the description box is the link to the WBC app powered by the Vive Network. Roku, Android, Apple, download today. So yeah, until the WBC does some shit and make fucking Canelo the franchise champion, Look at Twilight back there. He got to stay inside because he's not fully a daywalker yet. It's in San Diego, so he hasn't got all the blood. He got to wait till the night. Go to the, what's the beach from the Lost Boys? He got to go to that beach. Michael, you must ride with us tonight. All right, I'm going to shut up. Turn it up. Take your time out. Like the video, subscribe, and teach through controversy with Fight V360.
By Matchroom Chairman Eddie Hearn.
Note that club music. Nope. That's going to get me copywritten. Yeah, we don't know who Charlo's fighting yet. Steven Espinoza on an interview with Fight Hub said we're supposed to be surprised, like by Charlo's next opponent. Yeah, it's probably going to be Carlos Adames or some shit like that. Not that I'm against the fight, but it's just like, bro, these dudes got to do something. To be fair, though, Jamal Charlo was his mandatory at one point in time, and then that WBC franchise shit happened. By the way, who is this man? You might know this guy? He's new. I haven't seen this guy before.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to San Diego for a very special press conference. Legacy is earned is a strapline for this event, and I don't think anything could be more fitting when you talk about Canelo Alvarez. Back on DAZN, May the 7th, the DAZN pay-per-view from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Canelo Alvarez challenges Dmitry Bivol for the WBA Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. It's an absolute honour to sign a multi-fight deal with Canelo Alvarez and his team, the great Eddie Reynoso, and of course DAZN as well. Working with this man is very, very special. I think we all appreciate in boxing that the big fights never get made, and that's because the teams and the fighters sometimes look for easier options. I've never worked with anyone like Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso. This is a true great of modern day boxing. When you look at the resume coming off the back of the Gennady Golovkin 2 fights, the fights against Daniel Jacobs for the middleweight championship, stepping up 2 divisions to fight Sergey Kovalev for the WBO light heavyweight championship, and within 1 year becomes undisputed 168-pound championship by beating all 3 champions in Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant. If that wasn't enough, now he moves up again another division to fight, in my opinion, the best light heavyweight in the world in Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry Bivol, undefeated, current WBA champion of the world. We've worked with him for a long time. His manager, Vadim Kornilov, and World of Boxing, who we have a great relationship with. This young man has been looking for an opportunity like this for a long time. This is not a young man that's reached the end of his career or is past his prime. This is an outstanding champion that is in his absolute prime, ready for the opportunity of his life against the pound-for-pound king of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Many people to introduce to you up here on the dais, and first of all, we're going to pass over to our global partner, Joe Markowski from DAZN to talk about the fight. Again, this partnership with DAZN going from strength to strength globally. Just fresh off the back of the O2 Arena with Lawrence Okolie defending his WBO Cruiserweight Championship. And this Saturday, live here in San Diego, a thrilling matchup between Chocolatito and Julio Cesar Martinez. Next week, Lee Wood defends his world title against Michael Conlon. The week after, Virgil Ortiz defends against Michael McKinson from the UK. And the week after that, back to the UK for Josh Warrington, bidding to become a two-time world champion against Kiko Martinez. The shows do not stop globally for DAZN, and we're going to pass over to Joe Markowski to say a few words.
My man Twilight. Be careful, suck all your blood out.
Well, thank you, Eddie, and thank you everyone for attending
Oh,
today.
yeah, beat you up, he back
really
there now.
exciting day for us at DAZN, and we couldn't think of a better event and a better partner in Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso to launch our DAZN pay-per-view platform. Clearly, our schedule, Eddie's alluded to it, globally is getting stronger and stronger. The subscription value that we are offering to subscribers is continuing to be very, very strong. With our special events around pay-per-view, we're truly excited about the opportunity that gives our business in the coming years. Eddie spoke about the quality of this matchup. The deal with Canelo gives us a fantastic couple of events this year, and we can't wait to serve that via the DAZN pay-per-view platform to our audience around the world. To both men, thank you for your partnership. Best of luck in your preparation, and we look forward to seeing all of you come May the 7th on DAZN pay-per-view. Thank you very much.
Bivol always looked like that.
Thank you, Joe. We head to the champions team, the WBO light heavyweight world champion Dmitry Bivol, and a man, I call him a young man. He's like Benjamin Button, never really ages. Vadim Kornilov, been in boxing for a long time, represented some of the finest champions in the sport, been pushing very, very hard for this opportunity for Dmitry Bivol, the manager of Dmitry Bivol from World of Boxing, Vadim Kornilov.
Seriously, dude has been around forever. And he's
Thank you very much,
too.
Eddie. I appreciate it. We appreciate the opportunity. This is going to be a very, very exciting fight for us. This is something that we've vowed for a very, very long time, and appreciate Team Canelo for giving us the opportunity. We look forward to it, and I hope everybody's going to be healthy and everybody's going to be ready for the fight. Eddie, thank you very much. Matchroom, Frank Smith, DAZN. Looking forward to a great event. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vadim, and to your fighter, a guy that we've worked with for a long time. First saw this young man in Monte Carlo defending his WBA world title, scored a first-round knockout over Trent Broadhurst, and from then we knew he was very, very special. Went on to defeat Joe Smith convincingly, the current WBO light heavyweight world champion, made a number of defences around the world, and this is a man that has been waiting for this opportunity for a long, long time. Many feel the standout fighter in the 175-pound division, the current WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol.
Hello, everyone. I want to say thank you all my team, my promoter, World of Boxing. Of course, thank you DAZN and Eddie Hearn and Canelo and his team for opportunity to making this fight. I believe in my skills, and when I come to the ring, I believe in my victory, and I'm looking forward May 7. Thank you.
Look, that's the man that's going to beat Canelo, y'all. Canelo better watch out. That's it. It's over.
Team Canelo, who never failed to astonish me. I've never known a team of people that are so willing to fight literally anybody in the sport of boxing. Never ducked a challenge, always faced champion after champion, and another huge task for them. And before we welcome him up to the stage, I just want to take this opportunity to award Eddie Reynoso with the Ring Magazine 2021 Trainer of the Year. This is an outstanding trainer, someone that lives and breathes the sport of boxing, dedicates his whole life to the sport. And if Eddie Reynoso is in your corner, you're going to be a very tough man to beat. So on behalf of the Ring Magazine, Eddie Reynoso, congratulations, 2021 Trainer of the Year.
Congratulations, Eddie.
Pues muchas gracias, Eddie, por aquí por el detalle al Ring Magazine también. Y pues estamos muy contentos por esta nueva pelea, un reto importante ante un gran campeón como lo es este Bivol. ¿Van a traducir? No.
Yes. Yes, just say thank you for the award. Thank you for, especially to Ring Magazine, for making this happen. We're very happy for this fight that we have coming on against a very tough challenge that we have, a champion in Bivol.
Y pues vamos a estar listos como siempre para que el legado de Canelo siga creciendo todavía aún más. Vamos a buscar una división complicada, pero pues para eso son los grandes campeones, el mejor libra por libra quiere seguir siendo y hay que seguir demostrándolo.
Well, we were definitely looking forward to this challenge that we have. We're trying to build Canelo's legacy, obviously, and to convert him into the
pues muchas gracias.
best pound for pound
muchas gracias a
fighter
todos los que
in the
están
world.
aquí presentes.
Thank you for everyone that's here.
Thank you, Eddie, and to the man who, as I said, truly does fight everybody, a true modern-day great. Legacy is earned, as they say, the current reigning undisputed 168-pound champion, multi-division world champion as well, the pound-for-pound king of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to fight for your world champion. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to be back with Eddie Hearns and work with him, with the son. I'm really excited for this year. I just, I'm gonna work hard and do my best in the ring and make a good fight for the fans. Thank you, everybody, and see you May 7th.
What y'all think would happen if Bivol called him an MFer right now?
Thank you, Sal. A couple of questions for the guys up here. Sal, firstly to you. I joked with you back there. I said, do you prefer a podium? Do you like a press conference sitting down? You just said, I don't care. Is that just the mentality that you have in your career as well? I know you leave everything up to Eddie Reynoso, but willing to take on all challenges and keeping life simple. You love the challenge of boxing.
I don't care. I like challenge. That's make me feel alive. Challenge for me and everything in my life. So I like really good challenge, and now I have a very good fighter in front, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this fight.
Dimitri, obviously for you, I know that Vadim's been putting pressure on us for a long time. We want the big fight. You didn't feel this fight would happen finally. What does it mean to you to fight the pound-for-pound king, Canelo Alvarez, in Las Vegas on May the 7th?
Yes, me and my team wanted this fight, have won this fight, and I'm glad this fight will be in the в главном городе, в боксерском, скорее всего, будет он, да. То есть меня это радует.
If it happens here in the United States, in one of the biggest towns of boxing, biggest mecca of boxing, it's also very exciting. It means a lot. Что для тебя эта победа может значить, этот бой?
Победа вообще означает, что мы можем сражаться с одними из лучших боксеров мира, и я смогу показать свои лучшие качества.
He's speaking Russian on purpose, y'all.
Меня увидит большая публика.
Watch out.
This is very important for me, especially because I'm fighting one of the best in the world, or the best in the world right now, and I want people to be able to see me and to be able to see my skills. And this is a big fight that can give me the ability to achieve my other goals and to go on if I win this fight.
Thank you, Dimitri. And Sal, finally to you, Cinco de Mayo, Las Vegas. It's become a
feel
very
the tension
important time
in the
of
air.
year for your people as well. But
fireworks.
Make no mistakes about it. You see a serious test in Dimitri Bivol in his absolute prime, current world champion, and a real tough fight for you on May the 7th.
Yeah, he's a really tough fighter, and it's gonna be a really good fight for Cinco de Mayo weekend with my people in Las Vegas, Mexican weekend. I'm really excited, and I'm gonna prepare myself really good because this fight is gonna be really hard.
Well, thank you, Team Canelo, Eddie Reynoso, congratulations. Sal Canelo Alvarez, Joseph from DAZN, thank you so much. Dimitri, Vadim, and training team as well. May the 7th, T-Mobile Arena, Cinco de Mayo weekend, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Canelo Alvarez at it once again, moving up to 175 pounds to take on undefeated world champion Dimitri Bivol. Do not miss this show. Do not miss this incredible action-packed schedule coming to you live on DAZN all around the world. We're going to face off with the fighters now. Thank you for attending, and the guys will be available for you after. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, the formal part of the press.
But we have no clue who's going to be on the undercard just yet. But with the purses that at least Canelo, we know he's getting. We don't know what Bivol's getting, or at least I haven't heard anything. We can expect for the undercard to not be, like that great, Anybody hear anything about who could possibly be on the undercard? So let me tell you my theory for Canelo for the next 3 years, next 2 years. And this is if he keeps winning. He beats Bivol, becomes 175-pound champion with the WBA. Also, he'll be undisputed champion at 168. September, he fights Golovkin, beats Golovkin. Golovkin will have to come to 168. And December, I believe, is going to fulfill his WBA mandatory at 168 pounds, the first one to fight John Ryder. Then, and next year, May of next year, we can see him possibly against the winner of Joe Smith versus Artur Beterbiev to be undisputed at 175, holding undisputed at 168 and 175 at the same time. That's what I think. And then if Charlo Benavidez fit in there somewhere, then okay. But I think he's chasing that glory. And those guys are not doing anything. Because you got to think about it. He beats Bivol. He'll be just one fight away from being undisputed, because the winner of Joe Smith and Artur Beterbiev will have the WBC, IBF, and WBO. Because if he fights Charlo, Charlo won't be a mandatory. Where does that fit in? And I think because Benavidez is Mexican, Benavidez will be a bigger fight. My personal opinion, though. My personal opinion. Look at all that gold. And I've been lobbying for the Charlo fight for some time. And I've said I would prefer the Charlo fight over Bivol, but Bivol is definitely the tougher fight, in my opinion. Of course. Like Duke and box. But the problem is, I always concerned he don't have that extra gear. Put it this way. Remember, Kovalev was beating Canelo on the card until he got his ass knocked out. But Bivol ain't going to have a whole bunch of vodka in his belly. He's not going to have a vodka belly. We'll see, though. Highly interested. It's going to be lit. So, of course, May the 7th on the DAZN pay-per-view, $59.99 if you're a monthly subscriber, $79.99 if you're not. Eddie Hearn and the DAZN has been getting a lot of shit because, well, they said, so openly their marketing when they first started was, like pay-per-view is dead. Sign up with us and you'll get all these great fights for a low monthly fee. At the time, it was $10. I'm paying $22, or you could pay $100 a month, but you got to pay a subscription fee and pay for the pay-per-view. That's really rubbing people the wrong way. But, it is what it is. Sky Nicholson fighting this weekend on a Chocolatito card. Nice little solid weekend boxing as well. Also nice solid fight with Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal over on UFC. We don't know what Charlo going to do. I'm interested. Steven Espinoza did a video with Fight Hub a few days ago. He's saying that the opponent that Charlo's going to pick, we're supposed to be excited about. Like, we're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm wondering who that's going to be, Now, I understand what David Benavidez is doing, because David Lemieux is the WBC mandatory. You see what I'm saying? So he's hoping to be Canelo's WBC mandatory at 168. But then the WBC could possibly make Canelo WBC franchise at 168, shielding him from a mandatory obligation. So that's risky right there. But with the way things are going right now, Canelo's not going to fight David Benavidez or Charlo in 2022 because he belongs to Eddie Hearn. So those guys got to fight each other. You know, at least by the end of the year. And when Caleb Plant fits into all that, Caleb Plant ain't going to come back and take no tough fight. He's going to come back and, you know, because he's coming off of a highly profitable pay-per-view. Even if it was Canelo that sold the pay-per-view, still his stock is risen. So expect for Caleb Plant to come back to fight some low-level contender-ish type of guy to get a win under his belt. So I don't see him fighting David Benavidez or David Benavidez this year either, or Charlo this year. And with Charlo and Benavidez, they both need a significant fight. And I get what PBC and Samson Lukovic and Al Heyman and they're trying to do. You know, they're trying to get them the biggest payday possible. I get it. But now they got nobody else. They got to fight each other. That's it. You know, it shouldn't be that hard. Anyway, guys, I'm getting up out of here. I'm going to be up early covering a Australian fight with Dennis Hogan and Tim Zoo's brother. And yeah, so doing that. And then boxing this weekend. So I'll be seeing you cats tomorrow. Thanks for watching on TV.